Hello and welcome. On today's dose of development is mental health. There's one thing that therapists noticed consistently about people who silently struggle with mental health, and nobody's talking about it online. What they see will completely change how you understand your own mind. The people who are the most broken are often the ones holding everyone else together. Here's what therapists keep saying: the person in the waiting room is never who you'd expect. It's not the one who looks like they're falling apart. It's the firstborn, the responsible one, the one with the group chat that says, "You're so strong. You've been carrying weight since you were a teenager." Black tax, family expectations, the pressure to perform academically, professionally, emotionally, and nobody asked if you were okay because you were too busy being okay for everyone else. We grew up in homes where you didn't talk about feelings. You prayed about it, sure. Slept on it, definitely. You got over it most of the time, if not all the time. And look, there's something powerful in resilience. But there is a difference between resilience and suppression. One builds you, and the other quietly destroys you from the inside. The anger you never processed becomes anxiety. The grief you never named becomes numbness. The disappointment you swallowed becomes a version of yourself you do not recognize anymore. Bro, there's a truth that cuts deep. The most painful thing isn't what happened to you. It's the story you've been telling yourself about what it means: that you're broken, that you're a burden, that asking for help is weakness. The story, that's the real enemy. Mental health doesn't always look like crying in the dark. Sometimes it looks like snapping at people you love for no reason. Sometimes it's sleeping 12 hours and still being exhausted. Sometimes it's scrolling for 3 hours because stopping means sitting with yourself. Sometimes it's drinking every weekend not because you're having fun, but because being sober means being loud with thoughts you can't switch off. Recognize that. Don't judge it. Just see it for what it is. First thing, name it. Not "I'm stressed." Be specific. Are you scared? Are you ashamed? Are you grieving something? A relationship, perhaps? A version of your future? A parent who was never really present? Naming it is not being dramatic. It is the beginning of not being controlled by it. You cannot heal what you refuse to see. Second thing, you don't need a therapist, a journal, and a meditation app all at once. Start with one small thing, one honest conversation, even if it's with yourself, even if it's written down at midnight on your phone's notes app. Tiny shifts compound. The identity you build: I am someone who checks in with myself. That changes everything. Not overnight, but it changes. Let's address it directly now. Therapy in our communities still carries a stigma. Going to a therapist means something is seriously wrong with you. That's a lie we inherited from people who also never dealt with their own trauma and passed it down anyway. Therapy is not a confession of failure. It is a decision your mind deserves the same attention you give your body when it's sick. You go to a doctor for a broken arm. Your mental health is not less real than your arm. Here's the thing about pain: you don't get to avoid it. The only choice is whether you face it deliberately or you let it choose you. Struggling in silence feels safe, but it is the most expensive thing you will ever do. It costs you your relationship, focus, potential, and sometimes even years. The third thing, start protecting your energy like it's a resource, because it is. You cannot pour from empty. Saying no is not selfish. Boundaries are not walls. They are the structure that allows you to actually show up for the people you love, instead of resenting them quietly. You're allowed to exist outside of what you can do for others. So here's where we land. You are not too strong to struggle. You are not too African to fail. You are not too young for this to be serious. The bravest thing you can do in a culture that taught you to be silent is to speak. Even if it's just to yourself first. Heal loudly, heal quietly, heal however you need to. But heal. Because the world needs the real you. Not the managed version. Not the performative version of you. You. If this spoke to something in you, subscribe for more real talk coming.